Alright, it's the day before I depart. Got a bit of a mess of GoPro crap laying around, and some things packed up. Like the essentials. There's a couple things I gotta do with the car before we head out though, because I have a 3-hour or so drive to make to get to where I have to go before I fly. The fuel level in the heater is down to about 60 or 70%, and I want to refill it, ideally for free. I have something to do that with here. It's been in this paint bucket for a while. It'll have a little bit of paint residue in it, maybe, now. Oh yeah, it's starting to peel this off. I'm gonna filter this very lightly. Now I should be ready for the drive tomorrow morning. Things are packed up. Now I can hit the road. Alright, let's hit the road. Bustling metropolis of Regina. Just finished at the car wash. Didn't want to leave the car sitting for 2 weeks, all full of road salt and disgustingness, so it rusts even more. First phase of the trip has been completed. Now past security in Regina. Tim Hortons isn't even open yet. The waiting continues at Toronto. Also, just realized it's Valentine's Day. And I'm wearing a My Bloody Valentine shirt. Didn't even plan that. There have been 2 more delays. Now we're not leaving Toronto until 9:30 apparently. But they gave us a $15 meal coupon, so that's all worth it. After many delays and 12 hours in Toronto, we're finally in Vienna. Falling down. Now we're taking a train to a hotel. Got Burger King in here. This place has it all. We're taking the cat. Couldn't think of anything more fitting to play. Now we're in the mall, and the first thing you notice is that it smells very good in here, especially when you get to the train station. So far this place is very pleasing looking. There's one I didn't expect to see. That's kind of cool. So far, this is a very nice looking place. Reminds me of Paris, but far cleaner and nicer. Thought I was reading that wrong. Australian food and drinks in Austria. I guess they're coming together, celebrating. I guess they like those pieces of crap here too. And a nice 318D wagon. Another wagon going by. Golf with a rabbit badge. We just had some really good authentic schnitzels at this place. And now heading back to the hotel, so hopefully we can get to Egypt tomorrow, later than this time. We're now leaving Vienna, a city I really want to come back to now, someday. We are finally in Cairo. It took a while, but we made it. Our driver finally found us, and we're getting taken to the vehicle. First impressions of this place, it's very overwhelming. Everybody's yelling and honking and pushing, and about what you would expect for a place such as this. In the room now, it's a pretty fancy looking place. We're out at a rest stop place now. We're getting back on the chariot. Here's my face. Here's Alexandria. Here's my face in Alexandria. The place is looking a little worse for wear. The stairs are a little bit scary, but I'm scarier. Got this bun that's like it's like deflated. It's kind of weird. I ate most of the fish already, and then some calamari. Now it's the next day. I'm somewhere important. We're at the pyramids. They're pretty big. But I'm bigger from this point of view. So take that however you want. Now the pyramids have been done for a long time, as you can see. They're building something better over there. That'll be the next great thing. Better than those. Seeing these in person, the scale looks pretty close to the Luxor in Vegas. I'll have to put the size comparison somewhere in here. Now we're going in the Pyramid of the Queens. Now we're climbing down the tunnel. And that light's going nice. Midway point. Now I'm out again. That's the thing. We're just walking up to the Sphinx, and there's something really taking away from the experience. The smell from all of those nasties. There's just tons of horses all along back there. And they don't smell sweet at all. There's the Sphinx, you can see it there. Now we are in a place that makes papyrus. Now they're making it.
To reduce sugar, we put the slices in a normal water. Or the paper.
The perfect thing for the pyramids. Now we're at the Egyptian Museum. $1 billion and 23 years to build. Here's the big ship. Wonder if this is what Brian Eno was thinking about when he wrote that song. I don't even think the thing would float, to be perfectly honest with you. Now we're getting a ride out from the museum on this golf cart that goes very fast. This thing's moving at a quick rate. We're at the airport now to fly to Luxor. It's currently 3:52 a.m. Been up since before 2. And the room was like 25 degrees when we woke up. And now there's yogurt that smells like sour cream. I feel like I want to be sick. The guy wasn't nice going through security. The lighting is very bad. It's like 5,000 K in here. It's hurting my eyes. And apparently the yogurt tastes like sour cream. Here's the bag breakfast minus the yogurt because I threw that out. I couldn't look at it anymore. Don't feel like eating this. Don't want to eat any of this. And you're not supposed to eat fruit here. So it looks like I'm having water for breakfast. The healthy choice. We're on the Air Egypt flight to Cairo. No, we're on the Air Egypt flight from Cairo to Luxor. I get in, look down, look at there's vomit all over the seat. I feel like I'm gonna puke. Look at the window and it's just right sticky. And then I feel even worse. Now we're at a different place. Here's a bunch of these. We got a bunch of columns in here. And then 2 obelisks. This place is large. Getting through all of this traffic in here, and our bus is going to hit us. Yeah, it's quite the place when it comes to driving. Here's where the good stuff is at. This all has color still. As I almost fall down. The crowd is moving in. Time to get out. Now we're making our way to the boat. Wasn't sure what to expect, but I don't think I thought it'd be this. This looks kind of like the ferries that go out to Newfoundland or between Vancouver Island. It's a pretty fancy looking place so far. I've got some mystery fluid.
Hibiscus.
I'm not going to drink that. Something that I'm probably allergic to.
I like it.
Close call. We've now reached the room and all of the beautiful trash to look at. Here is the nice view on the boat. You can see the Nile this way. It looks clean. You don't see all the trash like you see out the window from our room. If you look over there, you can see they're parked 4 boats wide. They're quadruple parked. Yes, that's just how they do it here. The pool is pretty cold. I felt it, and I don't think I'm going to be going in there. Here's some local activity. They're all just dancing around on top of their boat. Nobody's even manning the thing. Yeah. And they're about to collide with that sailboat, and there's another boat cutting through very rapidly. Oh no, there's plenty of room. It's just the Flintstones house with a couple extra additions. Got into the place that emits all of the spooky music. There's the very speaker that emits the sound of that. I mean, somebody must enjoy it. Just finished a near-death experience. I accidentally reached in, grabbed some ketchup chips, not knowing that's what they were. Luckily, I got to try out one of the new Schweppes flavors. Well, not new to me, the pomegranate one. And it's pretty good. And people are looking at me weird as I talk to my camera. So that's a bonus. We're going to the tomb of somebody, and then Tutankhamun later. This cart doesn't have a seatbelt like the other one. I don't like that. Looks like a queue in Universal Studios or Disney. Here's where the ceiling starts to look better. It's cool, but it's really hot in here and gross, and a lot of people, so I don't really like that. Here's another tomb we're in. There's a lot of people, it's hot and smells weird. Now we're in the steep one. I don't remember who this is, but I think their name was Ramses something, and it was higher than 10. Now we're heading out of this place. They really like their ramp stair combo things here. This place defies all of their pre-existing naming conventions for buildings. So what we just climbed up, they called that floor 1, this floor 2, and that floor 3. But normally, this would be floor 1, that would be 2, that'd be ground. I don't get it. Here's the part on the very top. I don't know what floor they would want to consider it officially, but it's fake. It was all made by Polish people between the 1960s and 80s. So that's not too impressive, I guess. Oh look, there's an F-I-R-E-I-N-C-A-I-R-O. Oh wait, we're not in Cairo anymore. I wanted to say that, but we're in Luxor. Too bad, I said it anyways. We've got some guys that have decided to latch onto our boat. Yeah, they're yelling hello. I don't want any of their garbage, so that's the end of that. Here's the Temple of Horus. We're just leaving. This one is 30 meters tall. Pretty big. There's a bunch of dogs running around here. There's dogs everywhere here. This ruin is Kamambo. Here's the Nile meter. You can see all the way down. And there's water down there. This is the Crocodile Museum. Well, there's some gross looking units. Here's a couple that are still in their things. That's also very gross. This place is like a weird dark aquarium. It smells kind of like one too for some reason, even though nothing's alive. It just smells kind of like pets. Now we're walking through another market thing. Too many of those guys there, making me uncomfortable trying to sell all their crap. Oh, the boats line up to dock over there. You can see the 10th one just pulled in, so if you're on that last boat, you gotta walk through all those to get to shore. That's kind of an interesting way of doing it, I guess. There's also a nasty thing dripping here. I have no idea what that is, and I don't want to find out. Now we are leaving the place that we were in. I can't remember what it was, but we're leaving it. There were a lot of cruise ships piled up here. There's the temple of, again, whatever it was called, because I forgot. There's a nice backdrop. Starting to get more of that African look to it now. Here's Abu's temple. It's the one that moved 200 meters so that it wouldn't be flooded. We're not supposed to be walking here, but the tour guide said we're going to do it anyways. They did a pretty good job of making it look like it had always been there. Here are these ones up close. This place is a lot less crowded than the other ones we've been in. Here's a view, you can see both of the temples. There's the smaller Queen's one right there, and there's the King's temple. And here's the water, where it used to be. And I think that's all this place had to offer. It also had a 3-hour drive to offer, one way. So 600 kilometers or so total. Just made it out of another market. And I found they don't really bug me. I think it's because I'm usually staring at the ground, looking kind of angry on the outside. And I have my hands like this, I'm not really swinging my arms. So I know something's up. Whatever works, I guess. Now we're going to the Nubian village. Here's the boat we're taking. See if we make it on this thing. Been on this boat for a decent amount of time. I think we got on at 4:15 or so, and we still haven't hit the village. We're just kind of cruising around, and then we listened to some birds for a while, which sounded like the birds at home. So that was something. There's a pile of rocks. Here's their port. You'll notice there are no docks. Now it looks like we're in Africa. They're trying all the authentic food.
What is this one?
But I do not wish to partake. Here's their pet crocodile. Just doing some alabaster shopping. Got a lamp holder. We also got another little dish one. I'll show them off later because they're already in the bag. Now we're leaving this place. That dog just finished juicing up in the river. Here are the boats. There, you can hear them really just sending off the sounds from that tower. And our tour guide said it's alive as well. So this is just like an improv session going on. He's just riffing right now. And the single street light in Egypt. It's green right now. Yeah, I don't know how people listen to that. Now we're at the Aswan High Dam, when they built in 1960 with the Soviet Union. Now we're at the Aswan airport, but fly back to Cairo for another couple days, and then we'll leave. We're getting on a plane. It's supposed to be Air Nile, but it's Angkor Airlines. Well, we went to that restaurant last night. It was far too much ethnicity for me. They were cooking things on the plate with steam going everywhere, and I wasn't too much of a fan. Unfortunately, I didn't have the camera with me to catch any of it, but it was something else. And they served pigeon there. I did not want any of that. Now we're just walking around the streets of Cairo. We're trying to go to the mall, but it doesn't open until 10, and it's 9:15 right now. Now the mall is open and we're inside. This place is huge. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels. There's a Fuddruckers down there. A Chili's up there. Baskin Robbins. Trying out the Dunkin' Donuts in the mall. The water was 15 Egyptian pounds, so that works out to about 43 cents Canadian. That's a pretty good deal. And here's the pink donut. The top is really sticky. Now we're at this castle place that a Belgian man built in the 1900s. There's a nice Mercedes 200 parked there. The least dented up car in all of Egypt. You get a pretty good view of the city from here. And here's the other side. You can see some falling down stuff there. And just some different buildings. Now we are in District 5. It's a very modern looking place, part of New Cairo. It doesn't look like anything else we've seen here. Now we're in downtown Cairo, going to a market at night. Have to get through the traffic, and it's a little bit interesting. You hear there's a lot of honking going on, and that's just normal here. Now we gotta try to cross this place that is not very pedestrian friendly. We're just going. This place is just never-ending chaos. Constant honking, cats and dogs running around, everybody yelling. A lot of the people don't even drive with their headlights on. I think I'm about ready to go home. So now we're at the market, and you can just hear all of the honking. Everything. This is so much more than where we were before. I don't know how anybody follows a thing here or knows what they're doing or why they're doing it. Oh, there go those people just getting on a bus as it's moving. Oh, there's 3. Oh, how many are all these guys gonna pack in that thing? No, not for you. There they go, still driving with the door open. I guess you don't need to shut that. At least they have quick turnaround times on their buses, if you can even consider it a bus. So we've got motorcycles running, people honking, people talking and yelling, music playing loudly in the background from a loudspeaker on top of some sort of building. For some reason there's actually not dogs and cats running around here, but there's, no dogs and cats? I was wrong. There's a dog back there. And there's people just pushing a car through here, along with the tour buses. This guy walking around with bread on his head. How does he not drop that? Well, oh, here comes another one. There goes a cat. Look at that. And everybody just looks totally unfazed. I feel like a tour guide with my camera sticking up here. Except I can't even guide myself. This place isn't the definition of sensory overload. I do not know what else would be. I can't even focus on anything here. It's like, yeah, too much stuff. And did I mention the smells? Everybody's burning something else. It all stinks. You taste it when you breathe it in. It's one of the biggest things. There's something I did not like at all. The guy with the pink balloon is just walking around hitting you in the head saying, "Hello, senor." Not right now and not in this place. Actually, not ever. I never want that to happen again. Didn't want it to happen in the first place. That's an old world looking place. So is that. I can see the exit. I would say you're getting into peace, but you're not. You're just getting to more horns. What you lose in people, you make up for in vehicles. There's nowhere good to go here. Now a tour bus has decided to try and come into the market. How it's going to do it, I don't know. But he's trying and almost hitting stalls. Okay, well here he comes. I guess he made it through. Now he's driving through this monument thing. Yes, he did make some memories. It's the final minutes in the hotel in Cairo now. We're just waiting to leave. My bags and my phone's juicing up for a couple more minutes. Now we're leaving the G-WAN. And there's the two rides. Must be Egypt's national cars, the Toyota Coaster and Toyota Hiace. We're taking the Hiace. Time to hit the airport and get home. And I'm happy for that. Now we are in the airport after waiting for the Lufthansa thing to open. I made it back to Canada now. I didn't film any of the process in the airport because there was nothing very exciting. I'm parked in the garage and there's a lot of snow. So let's see if I can actually get out of here. Should be clear driving ahead now. Feels like I'm already back in Egypt with the manual diesel. Oh wait, that's just every day. Now made it back. The trip was a massive success. Here are the items I got. This alabaster candle thing. I just thought it looked kind of cool. I'll probably put a light in it. And these two creepy things as a gift. And this. No, this didn't come from there. That's it.